Good evening and welcome to Access USI. I'm Ann Powell.
And I'm Travis Onyett. The Senate debate was last night. Candidate Mike Braun and Joe Donnelly each shared their thoughts about issues the country faces today.
I'm the only person on this stage who voted 3 times for a border wall.
I keep forgetting I have to switch.
I voted against sanctuary cities. I've stood for secure borders with John McCain when in 2013 we passed legislation that would have provided an additional 20,000 border agents to the border. In regards to birthright citizenship, that's the 14th Amendment of our Constitution. And so how this should be handled is by the Congress. And I heard you say that Lindsey Graham is going to put legislation forward. We have to take a look at that legislation. As of right now, the 14th Amendment of the Constitution says exactly regarding this issue. And so I'd want to see that legislation, make sure it was constitutional.
Finally, we've got a leader in the White House that is doing something about it. You cannot keep kicking these issues down the road. Politicians on both sides of the aisle, and the senator's been there for a long time. You know, he's made a career out of being in the game. He's got to hold responsibility for it. So he did cover that issue, right? There's going to be legislation on it, and I think we'll see how that pans out.
What if your leaders are doing the wrong thing? Should you support them or blindly follow them? I would say no. We do have the 14th Amendment, just like we have other amendments of the Constitution, to make clear what the laws are in our country and what the master contract is. No one is above the law. No one makes unilateral decisions in this country. We got rid of King George for a reason, right? Can we at least agree on that? King George is gone. We're not replacing him with King Trump. No one is going to make unilateral decisions in our country.
If you can't go vote next Tuesday, November 6th, early voting is happening right now. You only need a valid ID to be able to vote. Know where your polling station is and go vote.
USI is getting ready for the opening of the Fuquay Welcome Center. The 6,000 square foot building will be the center for all gatherings and campus tours. Gifts from Dan and Janet Fuquay and the Old National Bank made the new Welcome Center possible.
History of Evansville and USI was showcasing Archive Fest last week. Access USI reporter Jana Garrett has the story.
Last Friday was the last day of the 2-week-long Archives Fest at USI's Rice Library. The week's theme was historical books and documents, and the week before that was artifacts. Some of Rice Library's permanent collections were on display. The documents in those collections included government documents from the turn of the century, handwritten letters from the 1830s, and local poetry that was written during the Civil War era. For Access USI, I'm Jana Garrett.
It's that time of year again to think about meeting with your academic advisor. Before the meeting, it's important to review your degree audit on DegreeWorks through MyUSI. The name of your advisor can be found on the top of your audit. To make an appointment and more information, please call your Majors Advising Center. Priority registration begins on Monday. A registration calendar can be found at usi.edu/registrar. Cameron Douglas will have a look at your forecast after the break.
USI's archery club has been sparking substantial interest.
Archery is a really growing sport.
Expose yourself to a unique experience.
This brings something different to USI.
The archery club offers a safe, fun environment to practice target shooting.
We compete in competitions, but we're the only college that has mass shooting right now. But it's just actually starting to get kicked off. This is the most we've had since it started.
Further information to join can be found by visiting USI's website.
Come try it out next semester.
And good evening, everyone. I'm Cameron Douglas with a look at your Access USI weather forecast. Currently, our temperatures across the tri-state mainly in the 50s. We do have some areas down south in the lower to mid 60s at this hour. And right now on the radar, lots of rain currently over the tri-state. We're going to be remaining rainy throughout the overnight and throughout the day tomorrow. And this rain is going to be bringing quite a bit of rain into the area, anywhere from 2.5 to 4 inches possible. That's why some areas are under a flood watch and also some flood advisories out to the east as well. And 57 degrees right now for us here in Evansville with a partly cloudy sky with rain showers currently moving through. And we're going to continue to see the rain through the overnight. We're down to the lower 50s for overnight lows, and we're expecting the rain to continue all the way through your Thursday. 53 degrees for that daytime high, so much cooler than what we saw today, that is. And we're going to continue to cool down with that cold front moving through. That's going to be keeping temperatures pretty cool out there. We're going to continue to remain in the 50s all the way into the beginning of the weekend. We do remain cloudy on Friday. The rain shower should be ending as we go towards Friday, and we'll start out dry into the weekend before the rain returns on Sunday. Speaking of the weekend, we will be falling back 1 hour as daylight savings time will be ending this weekend, and so therefore don't forget to set your clocks back before you go to bed on Saturday, 1 hour behind, as the time will change at 2 a.m. on Sunday morning. So an extra hour of sleep, that is, coming our way this weekend. Rain chances do increase again as we go towards Monday. We're back to 60% chance of rain Monday, Tuesday, with lower 60s returning to the forecast by the beginning of next week. We're back with more news after the break.
Train your body, but also train your mind. Academic skills, training your mind to succeed.
The Eagles are gearing up for Saturday's GLVC Cross Country Championships. The University of Southern Indiana men's and women's cross country teams are gearing up for the GLVC Championships this Saturday in Louisville. The USI women have won the last 7 GLVC championships in 9 of the last 10, while USI's men are looking for their 14th straight conference championship and 15th in the last 16 years. Leading the women into Saturday's meet is sophomore Jennifer Comistry of Indianapolis and freshman Haley Barker of Boonville, while junior Austin Nolan of Evansville and freshman Titus Winters of Mansfield, Tennessee lead USI men's team and have a very strong spot of grabbing the top 2 spots on Saturday. Austin Nolan is the defending GLVC cross-country champion, winning the 2017 8K race as a sophomore. Nolan has secured 2 GLVC Runner of the Week honors with a National Runner of the Week recognition to add to his resume as well. Winters has also received the GLVC Runner of the Week. While the women are 8-5 in head-to-head matchups against GLVC teams, the men are currently undefeated this fall and are ranked 6th in the Midwest region rankings. If you're wanting to watch the Eagles in action on Saturday, the men's 8K will begin at 9:30 a.m. and the women's 6K follows at 10:30 a.m. at EP Tom Sawyer State Park in Louisville. And we'll be back with more news after the break.
USI ROTC has commissioned many officers who have gone on to serve in the Active Army, Army Reserve, and National Guard. Many of these officers deployed in support of Operation Iraqi Freedom and Operation Enduring Freedom. The USI ROTC program mirrors the cadet motto of Scholar, Athlete, Leader. This means that the top priority for cadets enrolled in USI ROTC is a focus on their grades. USI ROTC graduates an outstanding 99% of cadets who receive scholarship contracts. If you're interested in learning more, go to USI's website and search ROTC.
A campus association is helping students have a voice. Access USI reporter Emma Ulrich has the details.
The Voice of USI. That's the objective of the Student Government Association on USI's campus. Every student has a voice on campus, and SGA is the outlet for that voice to be heard. President of SGA, Bradley Flittner, was appointed by students to be the face and voice of the student body.
USI has a lot to give, and USI will give more to you than you give to USI. So USI will present you with amazing opportunities as long as you're involved in things like SGA.
SGA's 6 executive positions are paid positions through the university. These student worker positions allow growth for students and develop future leaders. Reporting for Access USI, I'm Emma Ulrich.
Students from their English class came out today to read Halloween stories in the Fireside Lounge. Access USI's Rachel Lohorn has the details.
Earlier this afternoon, USI students read their favorite classic Halloween books in the Fireside Lounge. From spooky stories to childhood memories, it was an experience to never forget. The Halloween readathon was held by the English 285 class. The students read in their holiday gear. Second-year English teaching major Sophia Calloway says it all began by approval.
We were in our American Lit class and we were reading Moby Dick, and our professor, Professor Crumshaw, she made a comment of like, oh, people always do readathons of Moby Dick, and I said, oh, that'd be really cool to do here at USI, but I think we should do Halloween stuff and do it on Halloween. And she said, well, I can speak with our board and I will come back to you. And she came back and she said, they're all for it, they're going to give us money, we can do this event. And it kind of just fired from there. I provided a list of books. If no one knew how to read, I helped get material together. And we all worked together as a cohesive unit to get this thing started.
She also says it's important to get into this Halloween spirit. Due to the conditions being rainy this Halloween, we want to make sure that trick-or-treaters are being safe. So definitely use an umbrella and wear a nice rain jacket outside and be safe this Halloween. For Access USI, I'm Rachel Lohorn.
Students got their Halloween on last night at APB's Haunted Carnival. Those who attended enjoyed spooky carnival games, an extra large candy buffet, music, pumpkin decorating, and even won different prizes.
Since it is Halloween, you probably saw several students dress up. I spoke to a few of them to give you a small glimpse at the wide variety of characters and costumes that were walking around campus.
Character or animated character from a visual novel called Doki Doki Literature Club.
I'm Daphne Blake from the Scooby-Doo franchise, Scooby Gang.
Like a sugar skull kind of thing.
And speaking of dressing up, you probably noticed that some of us have dressed up a little bit for Halloween. I am wearing an Avengers costume. I don't have a specific Avengers character, but got Avengers shirt and pants that were homemade.
And I dressed up as Leslie Nope. You can see my little badge right here. And that's all for us tonight. You can catch us next week at 7:30 on Wednesday. And don't forget to fall back an hour on Sunday. Have a good night.
Good night and happy Halloween.